Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to FM, that is Fluid Mechanics, unit number 3, that is dimensional analysis. Okay, today we learn about what is the dimensional analysis, what is the advantages of dimensional analysis, what is the uses and advantage, what are the dimensions of physical quantities, what is homogeneity, what is the application of dimensional homogeneity, okay, what is Buckingham's pi theorem, okay, their problems, dimensionless number means what is Reynolds number, application of the Reynolds number, Froude's number, then application of the Froude's number, okay, and then we will discuss about, wait a minute, okay, then we will discuss about the Weber's number, application of the Weber's number, Euler's number, application of the Euler's number, Math's number, and application of the Math's number, and Buckingham's pi theorem. Okay, so let's start with one by one. Okay, the first is what is dimensional analysis. So the dimensional analysis is a mathematical technique which deals with the dimensions of the physical quantities which is involved in the phenomenon. Okay, so what are the physical quantities or what are the dimensions? That is the length, mass, time. Okay, that is called as a dimensional analysis or the dimension of the physical quantities. Okay, also the dimensions is a measure of a physical quantity without numerical values, while a unit is to assign number to that dimension. Okay, for example, length is a dimension that is measured by the units as a feet, centimeter, etc. Right? So it is the mathematical technique for solving the engineering problems. Okay, you know that some problems of fluid mechanics are very complex in nature and also very difficult to solve. So the solution of such problems is considerably simplified by the use of the dimensional analysis. Okay, it is the based on the assumptions that the phenomenon can be expressed by a dimensionally homogeneous equation with certain variables. Okay, nowadays the dimensional analysis is widely used in research work for developing a design criteria and also for the conducting the model test. Okay. Also, the dimensional analysis helps in the determining a systematic arrangements of the variables in the physical relation, combining the dimensional and non-dimensional variables. Okay. So, have you understood what is the dimensional analysis? It is the mathematical technique which deals with the dimensions of the physical quantities which involved in the phenomenon. Okay. Okay, so next part is the fundamental physical quantities. What are the fundamental physical quantities? Fundamental physical quantities are the quantities which cannot be expressed in terms of any other physical quantity. Okay, for example, mass, length, time, temperature, intensity of the light, electric current, which cannot be measured in the other phenomena or other quantity. Okay, it is measured only in the mass, length, time, temperature, electric current. Okay. We know that the various physical quantities used in a physical phenomenon, fluid phenomenon, is formed by some fundamental quantities or the primary quantities such as the mass, length, time, temperature. Okay, mass means capital M, length means capital L, time means capital T, and temperature we denoted as the theta. Okay. The unit of the physical quantities not depend on the unit of any other physical quantities. Okay, that is called as the fundamental dimensions. See once again, the unit of a physical quantities which does not depend on the unit of any other physical quantities, it is called as the fundamental dimensions. Okay, the physical quantity depends on the unit of other physical quantities. It's called as a derived or the secondary dimensions. Okay, if any physical quantity is dependent upon the another physical quantity, that is called as the secondary dimension. And fundamental dimensions means what? Unit of the physical quantity not depend on the other physical quantities. Okay, it is called as the fundamental quantities. There are some advantages of dimension analysis. What are the advantage of dimension analysis? That is, in model testing, it reduces the number of variables into 3 numbers. Okay, the dimension analysis design curves can be developed from experimental data or direct solution of the problem. It is used to change the theoretical equation into a simple dimensionless form. Okay. By dimension analysis, any complex fluid flow phenomenon, it can be easily solved. Okay. Also, it helps to convert the units of the quantities from one system to another system. Okay. These are the advantages of dimension analysis. Okay, so fundamental quantities. So what are the fundamental quantities which does not depend on the other fundamental quantities? That is length. SI unit of the length is meter, symbol is m. Mass, SI unit is kilogram, symbol is kg. Time, SI unit is in second, symbol is s. Electric current, ampere, symbol is A. Temperature is Kelvin, symbol is K. Amount of substance, mole, symbol is mole. And the luminous intensity, candela, symbol is CD. Okay. Okay. So, in dimension analysis refers to the physical nature of the quantity. That means dimensions and the type of unit used to specify it. So, you can see here, this is a box and all these units we can measure in the length. Okay. Distance has dimension L. Okay, distance has the dimension L, area has the dimension L2 and volume has the dimension L3. Right, L. Okay, so the time has a dimension what? T. So speed of dimension, that is the length upon time. Okay. See the application of the dimension analysis, development of an equation for the fluid phenomenon, conversion of one system of unit to the another system of the unit, reducing the number of the variables which is required an experimental program, and develop the principles of the hydraulic similitude for the model study. Okay, the next is the dimensional reasoning and homogeneity. See, this is a very important topic, that is the dimensional reasoning and homogeneity. So first, what is the dimensional homogeneity? See, the dimensional analysis is based on the principle that the variables in a physical phenomenon is arranged properly to the given equation which is dimensionally homogeneous. Okay, understood? What is dimensional homogeneity? The dimension analysis is based on the principle that the variables in a physical phenomenon is arranged properly to give an equation which is dimensionally homogeneous. The equation in which dimensions of the left hand side, see what is the homogeneity? That is the dimensions of the left hand side is equal to the dimension of the right hand side. Okay, that is called as the dimensional homogeneity of Darcy's equation. We call it as a Darcy's equation. Okay. Okay, see the fundamentals. See, there is some principles of the dimensional homogeneity. What is that? The fundamental dimensions and their respective powers should be identical on either side of the sign of equality. Okay. Second is the dimensional reasoning is predicated on the proposition that for an equation to be true, then the both sides of the equation must be numerically and dimensionally identical. Okay. If we take a simple example, the expression that is x plus y is equals to z, when x is equals to 1, y is equals to 2 and z is equals to 3 is clearly numerically true, but only if the dimension of x, y and z are identical. Okay, if this x, y and z are identical, then x plus y is equals to z, means x is 1, y is 2, so the 2 plus 1 is equals to 3, that is z is equals to 3. Okay. So see here is another example, that is 1 elephant plus 2 aeroplanes is equal to 3 days. It is clearly nonsense, because 1 meter plus 2 meter is equal to 3 meter is wholly accurate. Why? Because here is a meter in both the dimensions. Okay, both the value is in meter, but here 1 elephant, 2 aeroplane, 3 days. This is clearly nonsense. That means dimensional homogeneity means what? Dimensional homogeneity means what? Left side physical quantities or the units is both are should be the same quantity or the same dimensions. Okay, that's why the third in right hand side will be the same. Okay, see, an equation is only dimensionally homogeneous if all the terms have the same dimension. Okay, note this, an equation is only dimensionally homogeneous if all the terms have the same dimensions. Okay, have you understood? Okay, so next is the derived physical quantities. There are the quantities whose definitions are based on other physical quantities, that is pressure, that is a kg per meter 1 second. Okay, speed in ms, Young modulus is kgm. Okay, so here derived quantity symbol, formula and derived unit. Okay, area symbol, area. What is the formula of area? That is the length into width. Okay, the both we measured in meter, right? So the derived unit is meter square. If volume length into width into height, so derived unit is meter cube. Density means what? Density is equals to mass upon volume, that is the kg per meter cube. Okay, so mass we measured in kg, volume, that is volume in meter cube. Okay, so kg per meter cube. Velocity is distance upon time. Distance we measure in meter, whereas time we measure in second, so meter upon second. Acceleration, that is the velocity change in time. Velocity we measure in meter, time s square. Okay, whereas work is force into displacement. Okay, there is some example related to the dimension of physical quantity. So you can see here, for example, if the force, okay, we have to calculate the dimension of physical quantity of the force. So how we calculate that? So see, force is equals to what? Mass into acceleration, right? Force is equals to what? Mass into acceleration. So mass into acceleration, we know that what is the formula for acceleration? That is the velocity upon time. Okay, so what is the velocity? See properly, force formula is mass into acceleration. Okay, mass into acceleration, whereas acceleration's formula is velocity upon time, whereas velocity formula is displacement upon change in time. Okay, displacement upon change in time. So the mass is equals to displacement upon change in time into time. Okay, displacement, mass is equals to displacement upon change in time into time. Okay, you can see a mass into, so that's why what is the mass? M into displacement we measured in length. Okay, measured in length, whereas the time we measured in, okay, time means t square. Why square? Because here is in mass into acceleration's formula is velocity upon time, that's why change in time into time, that is a time square. Okay, so the next part is, so mass is equals to m, displacement is equals to L, and time is equals to t, that is m into L upon t square. Okay, so if t comes in this format, then mlt minus 2, right? So the dimension of the force is mlt minus 2. Understood how we calculate the dimension of physical quantity? Actually we know the all formulas and their physical quantities. Okay, so we can find out the dimension of physical quantity. Okay, so the next part is discharge. How we calculate the discharge dimensional quantity or the physical dimension of physical quantity? See, what is the discharge? What is the discharge? That is a Q is equals to area into velocity. We know the area is equals to length into width. Okay, that means L into L is equal to L square. Okay, so the L square into velocity means what? Velocity formula is length upon time. So the L square, length is measured in the L and time is t. So L square into L upon t. Okay, so Q is equals to, if L square into L, that is L cube, t comes in upper side, that is t minus 1. Okay, so this is the dimension quantity of the discharge. Okay, you have to understood students, you have to read it properly, the dimension analysis or dimension of the physical analysis of the every formulas or every dimensions. Okay. So the next is the torque. Torque is we called it as a moment. So the torque is force into distance. That is the force into acceleration into distance. We know that the force is, we call it as a mass. Acceleration is velocity upon time into distance. Okay. Velocity. What is the formula of velocity? That is the displacement upon time into distance. Okay. So the force is length upon time square into L. That is ml t square. That is ml square t square minus 2t square. T comes in upper part, so the ml. Okay. Same thing, power, work done upon time. So we calculate here all the measurements or physical quantities, and we got the answer, that is the power P is equals to ml square t minus 3. Okay. Solve another example related to this also. Okay, see, here are some dimensions of the physical quantities. Please read it. This is very important point. Okay, length L, MLT is L, FLT is L, area A, L square. Okay, velocity, volume, acceleration. Okay, please read it properly and remember it. Okay, so the next part is the law of dimension analysis, that is the principle of homogeneity. Okay, it is said that the equation is dimensionally correct if the dimensions on the left hand side of the equation are equal to the dimension of the right hand side of the equation. If not, the equation is not dimensionally correct. Okay, see here, dimensional homogeneity means the dimension is equation on both sides is equal. See here is an example. Let us consider the equation v is equals to root 2gh. Okay, dimension of left hand side is v is equals to L upon t is equal to LT minus 1, whereas dimension of, see here is a v is a left hand side, root 2gh is a right hand side. Okay, so left hand side's v is equals to L upon t. Okay, length upon time, that is the LT minus 1, whereas in right hand side root L 2 into g, gravitational force, and h means the height, that is the L upon t square into L, that is the L square upon t square, L upon t, LT minus 1. That means dimension of right hand side is LT minus 1, whereas left hand side dimension is LT minus 1, right hand side is LT minus 1. That means the equation v is equals to root 2gh is dimensionally homogeneous, so it can be used in any system of the units. Okay, I think everyone will understood what is the dimensional homogeneity. It is the left hand side and right hand sides dimensional physical quantities should be equal. Okay, so the next part is the Buckingham's pi theorem. What is the Buckingham's pi theorem? This is a very important topic. Buckingham's pi theorem. See, this method of analysis is used when number of variables are more. Okay, number of variables are more, then this type of method of analysis is to be used. Okay. Okay, if there are n variables in a physical phenomenon and those n variables contain m dimensions, then the variables can be arranged into m dimensionless group called theta terms. Okay, for explanation, if function of x1, x2, x3, xn is equals to 0 and the variables can be expressed using m dimension, then function of pi 1, pi 2, pi 3, pi n minus m is equals to 0, whereas pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 are dimensionless group. Okay, each pi term contains m plus 1 variables, out of which m are of repeating types and 1 is one of the non-repeating type. Okay, and each pi terms begins dimensionless. The dimensional homogeneity can be used to get each pi term. Okay, pi denotates as a non-dimensional parameter. Okay, So how we can select the repeating variables? So avoid the taking the quantity required as the repeating variables. Repeating variables put together should not form dimensionless groups. No two repeating variables should have same dimensions. Repeating variables can be selected from each of the following. That is the properties: geometric property, flow property, fluid property. That is the geometric property means the length, height, width, area. Flow property means the velocity, acceleration, discharge, and fluid property means mass, density, viscosity, and surface tension. Okay. See, here is one problem related to the Buckingham's pi theorem. See, the pressure difference of delta P in a pipe of a diameter D and length L due to viscous flow depends on the velocity V, viscosity mu, and density P. Using Buckingham's pi theorem, obtain an expression for delta P. So how we can obtain an expression? See, the first solution is what? The delta P is a function of the D, L means length, D means diameter, V means velocity, viscosity means mu, density means P, or delta P is equals to function of the D, I, V, mu, P. Okay. So, or the function of the one, or the function of one, we call it as a delta P, D, L, V, mu, P is equals to 0. Okay. So, total number of variables, how many total number of variables? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, the total number of variables are 6. So, number of fundamental dimensions, that is M is equals to 3. Okay. Fundamental dimensions are 3. How we calculate the fundamental dimensions? That is, we have a length, we have a diameter, we have a velocity. That's why the fundamental dimensions is 3. So number of pi terms, that is n minus 3, that is 6 minus 3 is equals to 3. Okay, 6 minus 3 is equals to 3. So 3 number of pi terms. Okay, and the equation is writing as the f1 is to pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 is equals to 0. Okay, this is the equation 2, this is the equation 1. Okay. So, hence pi term contains the m plus 1 variable, that is the 3 plus 1. M means the repeated variables and 1 means the variables. So, the 3 plus 1 is equals to 4. So, out of 4 variables, 3 are repeating variables. Okay. So, the choosing diameter, velocity and the viscosity as repeating variables. So, we have the pi term. So pi 1, pi 2, pi 3, that is the dA1, VB1, mu C1 and delta P, whereas pi 2 is dA1, VB2, mu C2 L, and pi 3 is dA3, VB3, mu C3 into density. Okay. So these are the 3 functions. So the next part is of that example. See, the first pi theorem is what? The pi 1 is equals to dA1, VB1, mu C1 and delta P. So substituting the dimensions on the both side. So the pi 1, that is a M0, L0, T0. Whereas in right side, L1, L2 minus 1, B1. That is we know that this is the dimensional analysis or the physical quantities of the dimension analysis. Okay. So you have to read it and remember it properly. Okay. LT minus 1, MLT minus 1, T1, MLT minus 1. So equating the power of MLT on both sides. So the power of M. So the power of M is 0, that is C1 plus 1. Power of L, 0 is equals to A1 plus B1 minus C1 minus 1. Whereas C1 is equals to minus 1, A1 is equals to minus B. Actually solve this equation properly. Then substituting the value of A1, B1 and C1 in pi 1. So we are substituting this value. Then we will get the second pi term. Okay, this is also solved like first pi term. This is also solved like first pi term. Okay, second pi term is to power M, power L, power T. Substitute and get this equation. Okay, then the third pi theorem, substituting these values, we will get this equation. They substituting the values of pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 in equation number 2. Okay. If we substitute all these values, then we will get the answer, that is the delta P is mu V upon D into L upon D theta, that is the density dV upon mu. Okay. So in the next lecture we will discuss about the model analysis. Okay. Please mention your attendance in the comment box. Thank you.